Now then, my friends, I've not done an electric car video for a while, but I think this warrants it. Now, let me just put things straight for a start, right? I'm not an evangelist. I'm not a believer. I'm a guy that says it should be all about choice. However, I now think that choice has been taken away from us, because some people who wear tinfoil hats will say that the war in the Middle East that Trump has, got us all involved in, etc., thank you very much, has now taken petrol and diesel prices to the extreme. Now, for instance, my girlfriend at the moment, she has a diesel VW Golf. It's automatic, and it used to cost her roughly about £70 to charge up, and she'll get about 420 miles, which is not a lot really. Which way am I going? Which is not a lot really, because it's automatic. But it's now costing her nearly £95, right? So another over £30 extra to fill up her tank. And some people who have got petrol cars are paying even more, up to £70 and £80 more. Now, some people who are wearing their tinfoil hats will say that this has all been orchestrated to push petrol and diesel cars out and kill them completely. It's all been orchestrated. It's all part of the plan. Allegedly, that's what they will think. I mean, I'm not saying that, by the way. I'm just saying I'm not saying that. But some people are saying that this war in the Middle East is all to push petrol and diesel prices up, and it's all part of the plan. I'm not saying that, by the way. That's the people who wear the tinfoil hats, the conspiracy theorists. What I'm saying is, now it has become even cheaper to charge my electric car. I was shocked this morning, a lot of YouTubers use that, because I looked at my tariff, and it normally costs me 8 pence per kilowatt to charge this Porsche Taycan up. And I looked at my tariff, which is Eon, and it's been reduced because the government have capped prices. It's now 3.99 pence per kilowatt to charge this car up. So we're going to do a little bit of a test. I'm now at 37%. I'm at 113 miles of range, 112 miles of range, and I'm driving from Leeds back to my house, which is 74 miles. I think it's took me the wrong way here. I think I've gone the wrong way. Okay, let me just go around here. I'll tell you what, let's run the intro and then we'll get into it. So if you're new to the channel and you do like the content, give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and now, without further ado, my friends, I would say let's go, but the traffic's building up. Oh well, let's go. We're in Bradford, by the way, which is renowned for being the worst drivers in the world. There is nowhere in the world, right? I have been all over the world, Marrakesh, and they were crazy drivers. They don't come even close to the drivers in Bradford, right? You leave the roundabout at Pudsey in Leeds, and as soon as you get to Bradford, you can see the difference. They basically are the worst drivers ever. If you go to Bradford, you are eventually going to get your car bumped into by some mad driver in a Toyota Avensis or something with a beaded seat. Anyway, that's by the by. So let's just do some quick maths, some quick figures. 36% of battery left, 110 miles of range. This car in height of summer will get over 400 miles of range. And I'm saying roughly now, it's going to cost me around about £6 to £7 to charge to get 400 miles, which is not bad. I mean, that's pretty good. I'm saying roughly. We're going to do the maths in a little bit because I'm going to charge it. That's if you're charging at home, which obviously is slower. Now, I had the blue car before. That created a lot of issues for me because the entire range on that was about 220 miles in summer. This is double that range, double the range, and more than double the range. Now, I charged up when I was up at the Lake District last, and I drove to Leeds. I then drove to Sherwood Forest yesterday, then I drove back up to Leeds again. Now I'm driving back up north again now, and basically I haven't even charged it, so I haven't even had to charge the car up at all, so it makes a world of a difference. Now, when I initially did the videos way back when I had that blue car, the first videos, electric cars were more expensive. They're now cheaper to buy than their equivalent petrol or diesel cars, and also now cheaper to charge. Now, some people are going to go, that's if you charge at home, but there are subsidised chargers now as well. So if I charge up at Porsche, for instance, I think, and I'll tell you these figures when I've pulled over, this is roughly off of my head, I know it's it's about 4 pence per kilowatt if I charge at home, 3.99 pence per kilowatt at the moment, because the government's reduced it, capped it. If I charge at Porsche, I think it's about 40 pence per kilowatt, I think, there. To charge at Porsche, which is subsidised. So to charge my car would be about 20 or 30 pounds to get 400 and odd miles, which is still really, really cheap if you look at what my girlfriend is paying to charge her petrol or diesel. Let me know in the comment section, because I know there'll be a lot of petrol and diesel car owners in there as well who hate EVs. We've got the two camps still. We've got the people who are in the EV camp, the people who are in the petrol and diesel camp. And I did speak to Geoff Buys Cars the other day, and I said, because he's driving across Europe at the moment, thousands of miles, and I said to him, I says, oh, well, that'd have been a bit more difficult in an electric car. And even Geoff said it'd be a lot cheaper in an electric car, which it would. Has the war between petrol and diesel and electric, is it finally over? Have electric cars won the war? Has Trump helped the EV win the war against petrol and diesel by ultimately increasing the price of fuel? And let me tell you this, and I'm sure you'll agree, right? And it's a little bit of a rant. I can tell you now, right? The prices of petrol and diesel, if and when they do go back and reduce, and they will never reduce back to what they were before. It isn't like that. Once something has gone up, I'm just watching this person behind because I'm still in Bradford, and you've got to be careful. They'll never go back down to what they were before. So now I'm going to say, and this is for you, Tony, and he'll be watching this because I'll tell him, right? EV Carnage, who's in smug corner now? Now, I'm not being smug because I also drive around in my girlfriend's diesel car. But who's in smug corner now? Are the EV community now in smug corner because they're looking upon petrol and diesel cars? And I have to say, by the way, I say I'm not in smug corner, but there is a part of me that is. I did go up to Sarah this morning and I said, look at this. My tariff, my charging tariff has gone down. It's now only costing me about £6 or £7 to charge my car at home. And she went, well, it's all right for you. It's costing me about £90. So there was a little part of me that was smug. Is that wrong? Onwards. £1.59 for unleaded, £1.93 for diesel at that petrol station there. £1.93 for diesel. That's daylight robbery. The war really isn't in the Middle East. The war is on the motorist who drives petrol and diesel cars. That is insane. You can look at the conspiracy theorists, but is it really all a ploy just to put up petrol and diesel and put the final nail in the coffin for petrol and diesel cars. Now then, we have Geoff Buys Cars on the phone. How are you? Where are you?
I'm in Vinaroz in Spain, actually.
Oh, I'm actually jealous.
It's beautiful there. I'm looking at a lovely blue sky and the ocean.
Wow. Now, we're going to get cut off shortly because you know how it is. Well, I will anyway. You probably won't. I'm doing a quick...
My signal's perfect.
Well, I'm doing a quick video because I'm in smug corner at the moment because, and Tony can look at this, I'm in smug corner. Reason being, it now costs me, because the government have capped electric prices, right? 3.99 pence per kilowatt. So I can now go roughly 400 and odd miles for £7 to £8.
Yep, that is respectable. Okay, I'll give you that. The running costs are fine.
Right, okay. So, and also, I've also said, now, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but is this really all been a ploy to put the final nail in the coffin for petrol and diesel cars by the war in the Middle East, increasing prices on petrol and diesel? Some say.
Some say, I think it's a multifaceted thing. I don't think the whole thing is just essentially to get people into EVs. But I mean, if you listen to the media, then apparently people are rushing to EVs in droves. But I'm not really sure they actually are. So I don't know. You never know what to believe anymore, do you?
I don't know what to believe, but I do know it is, because my girlfriend has just paid £95 to fill up her car with diesel, which normally costs her about, £60 or £70. And I've just gone to her, and there was a little part of me that was smug. I went, look at this, Sarah. I said, 3.99 pence a kilowatt. It's basically cost me £7 to drive 400 miles. And she went, there's a part of me that was smug, which is a bit wrong with your girlfriend, but
No, I think you're fine. I mean, at the end of the day, well, we've got to charge it home. Try and do 400 miles on a public charger and see how that works out for you, because that's always a bit more expensive, isn't it? Because everything about what you're doing with that car is subsidised in one way or another. Now, when you buy petrol and diesel, you essentially give a ton of money directly to the government via tax. And what they did in Spain, where I am now, is they decided that they actually like their citizens. And because the burden of the cost of fuel was so much, they thought, you know what we'll do? We'll reduce the tax to make life easier for our citizens. And do you know what happened when Ed Miliband was in an interview where he was asked about the same? He couldn't even understand the concept that removing the amount of tax would make it more affordable for the people in this country. I think the problem is the UK government they hate you, even though you drive an EV, and they hate me, and they hate all your viewers, and pretty much everybody else. So I think the issue here is governance, more so than the actual price of crude oil itself, which, while I'm on this rant, has come down. The price of oil has come down. But has the price of petrol and diesel come down? No, because most of the people that own petrol stations are scumbags as well.
He's always getting...
Sorry, you just caught me on one, didn't you? You never know what you're going to get when you get Geoff Buys Cars on the phone.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. You have to admit, though, right? Having this car with no colour, my new Taycan, with no particular colour, with primer paint, it has reduced the challenges somewhat, because it's like I'm getting about 440 miles of range out of it now. Now it's getting warmer. It's made it a bit boring. The blue one was more, I don't know, the blue one was more entertaining. There was some challenge there.
The blue one was also a better looking car. But yeah, you are right. I mean, people will see if they've been keeping an eye on my channel. I'm currently working my way across from pretty much the furthest east point in Europe in Bulgaria to the furthest west in Portugal. So I'm doing 2,500 miles across 4 days. Range on my car is 800 miles on a tank of diesel, and my car, well, it's a couple of grand. The thing is, with the electric cars, you've got to talk about the purchase price and the depreciation, because once you factor in the depreciation, an old diesel still makes much more sense for long-term running costs. But as you say, it's all a bit of a mess at the moment, isn't it?
Do you know what? I was, that's the perfect way to sum it up. Petrol, diesel, electric, it's just all a mess.
Can I have 1 minute of your time to hijack your viewers for a moment?
Yeah, go on, fire away.
I don't know if people have seen about the fact that I am being sued for defamation and I'm trying to raise £100,000 for a legal case.
Right, I've seen that. Explain.
So, I exposed some dodgy goings on within a classic car auction. It's all on my channel. And I've received a cease and desist that says if I don't delete all of my videos, then they are going to sue me and it's going to cost...
Hang on, I lost you. Geoff. We've lost him right at the critical point. We'll get him... Wait, are you back?
I'm back, yeah. I mean, I'm sat on a bench with full signal. It's your signal in the UK.
It said it's going to cost. How much is it going to cost? We lost you.
They've said in the letter from their lawyers that they think it will cost between £50,000 and £100,000. Now, what they want me to do is just back down and delete everything and say, oh, I'm terrified. But what I've done instead is I've launched a GoFundMe campaign. We've raised £4,000 in about 12 hours. And we're not going to take it lying down. So if I can get your viewers to give us some support on that, that'd be fantastic.
Send me the GoFundMe page. I'll put the link in the description down below. A lot of my viewers know Geoff Buys Cars. Don't be the next Alex Belfield, Geoff, because I do want to do a challenge down to Benidorm with you again in my new Taycan.
It doesn't work if I'm on Zoom from Belmarsh, does it?
It does. I think that's where he is.
It's important for people to be able to stand up, and freedom of speech is important. You got to stand up for this stuff. But you know this. I mean, you've said some controversial stuff about Porsche and charging stations and all sorts, and you've got away with it and never been sued. So we should be able to review places. Imagine if every place that you reviewed then turned around and tried to sue you and asked you to delete the video.
Either that, Geoff, are you still there? Do you know what, my signal is just absolutely dreadful.
Lee, this is unbelievable. I can't believe that we cannot make a phone call.
Well, do you know what? They phoned the moon in 1969.
Yes, we did, on less technology than you had in a Nokia 3210. Let's not get into the fact that all of the crew of Artemis have turned out to be actors.
Anyway, so you are now travelling across Europe. You started your journey where?
Bulgaria, and I'm now in Spain.
And you're ended
should be in Portugal by this evening.
Brilliant. Head over. I'll stick Geoff's channel on the end. Follow his journey across Europe, and also don't forget, help him out. You're not going to remove them videos, are you, Geoff? I'd be very disappointed if you do.
No, I'm absolutely not. What I think is going to happen is once he realises that I've got the momentum of the people and the ability to raise finance behind me, he will back off completely. And I have promised to everyone that any money that is raised will be used for good causes. It will be donated. So it's a matter of principle, really. But I'm pretty confident that I've got gravity on my side with this one.
Do you know what? If he had any sense, he'd go, "Hello, Geoff. Can I actually get on the channel and have a word with you and explain?" If he's that sure about himself.
Yeah, absolutely. But the thing is, if you. Signal.
I've got it.
The thing is, if you know you've done something wrong, you won't sit.
This is terrible. Right, Geoff, I'll leave you there. Safe journey, because it's breaking up. There you go. Hello, Geoff. Terrible signal.
Lee, I'll just conclude it. I'll record you a little video and WhatsApp it over to put in yours.
Brilliant. Send us a video and I'll slot it in right here.
Well, that was honestly embarrassing. I was trying to have a phone call with Lee and we just could not get the call to connect. I hope that all came across, but yes, I have got someone threatening to sue my channel for exposing, dodgy practices. And as Lee was just saying there before the call cut off, why doesn't he come on the channel and talk to you about it? Well, I don't think he would dare to come talk to me because he knows he's done quite a lot of things wrong. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying watching Lee's channel. I hope he's been enjoying lots of fish and chips lately. And do look out for another special with Lee and myself and Tony from EV Carnage, a summer special. But we got to find Lee a proper car, haven't we? And I'm going to find him one that's been painted this time. Right, I'm going to drive. I'll catch you all later.
Geoff Buys Cars, unbelievable. Can make a phone call to the moon, but you can't call him in Spain. Anyway, so there we go. That's a different side to the story about the depreciation of electric cars, etc., compared to diesel cars. Let me pull out because there's going to be a lorry pulling in front of me. Right, let's head on. 33% of battery, 103 miles, and we've got 102 miles to go to get back to my home charger. So we may have to charge on the Porsche charging network, which is going to cost me more, but it will show you what it's going to cost me, basically. This is going to be a close one. Can I make it? Now, because I am now an educated electric car driver, if I have to charge up at Porsche, even though it's still subsidised, it's still 40 pence or whatever it is per kilowatt, compared to 3.99 pence per kilowatt. Logic states that I'm now, it's actually gone down to 96 miles, but 99 miles to my destination. I'm now thinking, okay, well, I've got to charge at Porsche. But what I will do is I will just put enough charging, go and have a coffee in Porsche, put 30 miles in or whatever, or 40 miles, whatever, while I'm having a coffee, and then unplug it and charge the rest back at my home charger, because obviously it will cost me a lot less. So I'll partly charge it up at Porsche, put some mileage in it, and then charge the rest of it back at my home charger. So it's costing me a lot less. Now, as I've said, I've driven from the Lake District down to Leeds, down to Sherwood Forest, back to Leeds, and almost back up to the Lake District with one charge for £7, for roughly £7 or £8, which is mental compared to what it would have cost me in Sarah's car, which would have cost me near on 90 odd pounds. That's crazy. What's your thoughts on it? Let me know. If you're an evangelist and you're an EV driver, let me know your thoughts. If you're a petrol or diesel car driver, let me know your thoughts. But remember this, even though we may be on different teams, in different sides, we are all motorists. We're all driving a car, whatever it's powered by. So the war, who's the war on? Is the war on the motorist? Are we actually having that choice taken away from us now, even more so with the price of petrol and diesel? And as Geoff has just said, why aren't the UK government subsidising? They're subsidising electric prices, so I've got my electric subsidised, an even cheaper tariff to charge my car up. That's unfair. I didn't need my tariff dropping down to charge my electric car up. It was already cheap to charge. People need the petrol and the diesel. The taxes reducing on the petrol and diesel. They need it subsidising, not the EV drivers. It's just wrong, in my opinion. Traffic jam. Now, what's interesting is the media are saying there are more and more electric cars on the road now than there are the equivalent of petrol and diesel. And the government are saying the same thing. However, whatever the government says is normally a lie, in my opinion. So I'm just looking. Berlingo, diesel or petrol or whatever. Fiesta, petrol. Discovery, exhaust, but it could be a hybrid. We have a BMW, petrol. We have another Ford Focus, petrol. We've got an Audi, petrol. Big Ford Ranger, petrol. BMW, petrol. Sprinter in front of us, diesel or petrol. A Citroen van, Space Tourer, petrol. We've got a Vauxhall Monza, petrol. We've got a Kia, petrol. I've not seen one. I think that Renault behind me might be electric. We've got a Mercedes, petrol. Yeah, the government is saying that there's more and more electric cars on the road. I'm not seeing any. Is it just me? What's going on? Why? Let me know in the comments section. Apparently, the sales of electric cars have now overtaken petrol and diesel, but I'm not seeing it on the road. I tell you what, right? Because you were just looking at my face when I said that, and some people will say, the evangelists will say, he's lying again, right? So what we'll do is we'll play a little game. When we get moving, eventually, right, we'll play a little game, and I'll turn the camera on the road, and we'll play a little game on, it will do like 2 minutes, I don't want to do loads. We'll do 2 or 3 minutes, right? And you need to count for me how many electric cars you can see versus equivalent petrol or diesel cars, right? We're on the M62 at the moment. So you can tell me how many you can see in the comment section versus petrol or diesel. Little game, all right? So don't just take my word for it. Right, we're moving, so I'm going to turn the camera around, okay, and let's see how many electric cars you can see compared to petrol or diesel. All right, here goes. Okay, what have we got over on the left there? We have a Cupra, which is petrol. I believe we have a Volvo in front of that van there. That may be electric, I'm not sure. But coming up here on the left, we have, what is that? Is that an Audi? What's that? I don't know what that is. Skoda? I can't. Do you know what? They all look the same these days. Is that petrol? That black one there? Or is it electric? Let me know in the comments section. Why is that lorry in this lane? Come on, get out of the way. Get your lorry out of the outside lane. Nearly said fast lane, it isn't. Right, we'll come back in a minute. Oh, another queue ahead. But here we go. We've got a put my hazards on. We've got a Peugeot there, which is that petrol or is it electric? What's that one there? Peugeot. Let me know. Oh, and we're back in a traffic jam again. We have a Toyota on the left there, which is a Camry. Is it a Toyota Camry? That is petrol. I believe the Volvo in front might be electric. We may have an electric Volvo in front. That's one. Okay. Come on, there've got to be some more electric cars. What about this Renault on the left here? Is that electric? I think that Renault might be electric. The Capture, is it, or something? That's electric. Kia in front of it is petrol. And traffic jam again. We're moving a little bit. Excuse me. We've got a Golf there, which is either petrol or diesel or whatever. What have we got here? We've got a little Renault broken down on the side of the road there. Don't know whether that was an EV. We've got a Skoda Roomster. Is that petrol? Let me know in the comment section. I'm looking for an exhaust. Can't see one. But who knows these days? BMW in front of the, up there, 2 cars ahead. That's petrol. Now, you get the idea. But anyway, I can see the comments in the comment section of this, and I'm not taking sides. My side is both. It's a war on all of us. There's an accident, that's why there's a jam. My side is, we're having choice taken away from us. I was always about that. The government are taking away your choice. And I need to stop that. I'm trying to stop that. We should be allowed to have petrol, diesel, electric, drive what you want. But no, the governments are telling us what to drive. They're making it. They're telling the car manufacturers what cars to make. They're decimating the European car industry. The governments have literally ruined Porsche because, you know, they can't. Oh, there is an accident. They can't make petrol or diesel cars past 2030. Shame on the government. I mean, we're letting these idiots, these buffoons, tell us what to do and dictate to us. And these are the same idiots, like in the EU, that attach bottle tops to the bottles that stick up your nose. And if you take them off, you've then got a little sharp bit that pierces your nose. The same people that gave us cookie pop-ups on websites. We did accept cookies. I don't want this, but I hate it. We don't need to. You always just press yes, okay. I don't care. It's just these daft things that they come out with. You know, can't call sugar puffs anymore. They've got to be, what is it? I don't know. I can't even think what they call them now. Honey puffs. Even though it's full of sugar. It's crazy. The same people that are making chocolate bars, the miniature. It's absolutely, it's crackers. And we're allowing them to dictate to us. Anyway, in the comment section, I know lots of people are going to say electric cars, they depreciate faster than petrol or diesel. But that's now slowing. The price of the Taycan now, second-hand used Taycans, are actually, they've levelled out and gone back up a little bit. So there's an argument on both sides. But I know one thing for sure is to drive 450 miles in this car on one charge is a lot cheaper than it is to drive 450 miles in Sarah's car, which is diesel. I think she said it's like 95 quid. 95 pound compared to, let's say, £7. Or it's madness. Absolute madness. We used to drive everywhere in Sarah's car, right? We drove everywhere in Sarah's car. Now we drive everywhere in this, putting miles on my car. Because it's unaffordable. It's unaffordable to keep filling the tank with diesel. It's madness. BMW X1, that's not electric. VW in the inside lane, that's not electric. Ford in front of us, that's not electric. BMW, that's not electric. I believe we've got an Audi, one car ahead of us that is electric. Got an MG that I'm just passing, which is not electric. This is interesting. Yet, the government tells us electric cars are now outselling petrol and diesel. Interesting. We have a Jag there, which is not electric. Now, interestingly enough, my range has gone up. So to get to my destination is now 77 miles, but my range is now 83 miles because I've been braking. So the regen is putting its energy back in the battery. So I may not have to charge up at Porsche, which would be the case of me being 400 odd miles that I've driven. I think I've driven about 420 miles or something. So 420 miles on 7 or 8 quid compared to 420 miles or whatever in my girlfriend's diesel for £95. That's a lot of money. That's insane. The last time I filled up my girlfriend's car, I'm watching the fuel pump and it's going. I'm thinking, oh God, it's painful. Absolutely painful. The only downside to this would be if I got to my destination and my home charger, I would be down to say 2 or 3%, which would and that's overnight if I want to charge it at, 4 pence per kilowatt or whatever, 3.99 pence per kilowatt. So I'd have to literally wait, because I'd get there for midday, till I'd have to wait 12 hours to charge it. So my car would be in the garage and it would be useless because it wouldn't have any charge in it. Or I could just charge it up at home for, I don't know what the off-peak rate is. I'll go through it when I pull over. I could charge it and it's still cheaper than it would still be if I didn't do it on cheap rate. What, probably, I don't know, 20 quid or something, or 15, 20 quid. Still a heck of a lot cheaper. And even if I charged it at Porsche, probably, I don't know, 30 quid or whatever. Still way cheaper than petrol or diesel. It's painful when you go to the pump. When I get in Sarah's car, I'm like, I hope she's not left it to go on empty because I'll have to fill it up. It's painful. I mean, it's almost as painful as having to go to Wigan or Bolton. Now, I'm just going to pop in here for a coffee, Rivington services. I don't need to charge up at the moment because I've got 72 miles of range and only 64 miles to go to my destination. So it looks like I'm not even going to have to charge up at Porsche. You've got ultra fast charging. This is going to be interesting because we've got the petrol station here and then the EV chargers round the other side. So let's go and have a look at what costing is. Where's the prices for the petrol here? Can't see any prices. Let's drive around the other side. Hang on, oh, that's air. Let's drive around here where the fast chargers are and we can go and have a little look. Here we go, fast chargers. We can see how much it is to charge up at these chargers, which will not be cheap, by the way. Now, this is where I get annoyed because these companies are profiteering massively off the electric car drivers. Saying that, I have to be honest. Since I've had the new car, the Taycan Gen 2, I've very rarely charged at public chargers because I just charge on my own home charger. So it's a lot cheaper because of the range is a lot more. Right, milk float off, come on, and let's go and have a look. Okay, so let's just have a look. EV on the move here, and let's just see how much it is per kilowatt here. Ultra fast charging. Does it say? Welcome. Select your output. Okay, well, is it saying the actual price? What is it saying? Select your output. Okay, CC1. But it's not saying the actual price. Why is it not saying the price? Am I missing something here? It's not saying it's saying a pre-authorization charge will apply, but where's the price? Now you can't see that, there's a little dollar sign, but it's not showing a price. There's a little dollar sign, but it's not showing a price. Maybe you have to download the app. See, this is the problem with public chargers. Just and I found it. It's actually here on the where you tap your card. Can you see that? 79 pence per kilowatt. 79 pence per kilowatt compared to 3.99. Here, look on the screen. 3.99 pence per kilowatt if I charge at home. 79 pence per kilowatt compared to 3.99, right? Or, and I'll put on the screen as well, if I charge at Porsche at a Porsche charger, or I think it's even cheaper at Ionity, right? If I charge at Porsche, that's going to cost me 39, is it 39p per kilowatt, or 44p per kilowatt? I think that, yeah, 44p per kilowatt. It's nuts. These people may as well be wearing a mask. At least Dick Turpin wore a mask. Come on, onwards. Look at that, 186.9 for unleaded. You probably can't see that because it's flashing a little bit, but anyway, keep going on. And £2.03. £2.03 for diesel. £2.03. That's mental. How much of that is taxed? The government should be helping out, subsidising diesel and petrol drivers, not subsidising EV drivers like myself at 3.99 pence per kilowatt. The government are helping the wrong people here at the moment. Don't they sell some absolute garbage at service stations? Now that's what I call summer. Stripped. Now that's what I call a singer. Poptastic. Oh, and of course, standard nighttime driving glasses. a beanie hat with LED light. Let's make it legal. What's she talking about? Magic finger? Easy, it's a family channel. Oh, Geoff Buys Cars needs one of them. Sandwich toaster for his car, for his Volvo. Right, back to the car. I'm in shock over the price of diesel. £2.03. That's absolute mental. Listen, the government should be subsidising that now. Drop the tax on it and help the motorist out. That's just madness. I mean, it's nuts. I was like happy with what I was paying at charging at home, and now it's dropped by half. So that's just nuts. I think what I might do is, because I have got enough miles now to get me to my home destination charger, but it is going to leave me with about 5 or 6 miles left of charge. So just as a little experiment, I think I'm going to pull up at Porsche South Lakes, pop a little bit of charge in just to show you the difference, just do it for the video. Plus I've also got that little bit of security in case, you know, Sarah rings up and says there's an emergency, I need to hop in my car. I've got some charge in it, so I'll fill up I'll charge up at Porsche and put enough charge in it, and then I'll charge the rest at my home charger, just to show you a variation of what it costs on a public charger. Because don't forget, them chargers back there was, I think, 2 people on them, and they were virtually empty, because nobody in their right mind, unless it was an emergency, would charge at those chargers there that are a complete rip-off. GridServe, rip-off. Instavolt, rip-off. They may as well serve you a jar of Vaseline when you're charging up at their charge points. Absolute madness. Nobody in their right mind would do it. So there we go. But then again, nobody in their right mind would pay, I don't know, what is it, £6 for a coffee at Starbucks. It's not bad though. Now, I have please monitor range has come on. I have 15% of battery left, 48 miles of range, but I've only got 38 miles to get to my destination. So I literally have gone from the lakes, down to Leeds, down to Sherwood Forest, back to Leeds, back up to the lakes for £7. For £7! That's mental. Absolutely mental. Now I could now just get all the way back and charge on the home charger, right? But I'm going to do a little bit and charge it at the South Lakes just to show you. That's absolute madness. That in Sarah's car would have been about £95. £95 compared to £7. And the government, the government do need to do something. I'm going to stop squeaking. I'm losing my voice. But, I was shocked this morning when I looked and I thought, hang on a minute, why has my tariff gone down? That's literally gone down half. And that's because the government have subsidised the electric. So, but I didn't need it. It was already costing me next to nothing to charge anyway. Really, shouldn't they be helping out and taking the tax down on diesel and petrol prices? Absolute madness. And yet they're not doing anything. They're not doing anything to help the motorist. Now, I have heard, and I may be wrong, let me know if you're an Australian viewer, have the Australian government helped their people by reducing the tax on petrol and diesel prices down under? Has any other country done it? Let me know. I think Geoff said Spain's done it or whatever. Let me know. Why haven't the UK done it? Maybe it's because of Ed Miliband. Or is it Ed Miliband? I'm not sure. Miliband, what's his name? Ed Miliband, that's it, I think. I'll tell you the difference as well with this new Taycan compared to my first generation Taycan. The charge time on it, on the fast chargers, is just ridiculously quick. It used to take about 40 to 50 minutes to get from 10% to 80%. And this is just stupidly quick now. So the gap, or is the gap, between petrol and diesel and electric now closing? Or has it closed with the price of petrol and diesel now? Has petrol and diesel lost the war? Has electric won? Let me know your thoughts. You may say the depreciation, but the depreciation on electric cars is levelling out. And I am not an evangelist. I am about choice. I am against the government and the powers that be pushing people into something that we don't want. All about choice. Oh look, a Lamborghini. Ha! How much? Oh, it's all right. You just pull out, Laurie. That's fine. Don't worry about me. A Lamborghini in a horrible blue. It looks like it's the same blue that one of those mobility cars that you used to get, the three-wheel mobility cars that you used to get years ago. That is a horrible blue. I don't like that blue. It's a powder blue, isn't it? Why would you have a Lamborghini in that colour? No, that's terrible. My word. I'm gonna follow him. Ha! I wonder what the 0 to 60 is on that Lamborghini compared to the fastest Porsche Taycan Turbo 4S. He's driving very sensibly as well. He's driving very sensibly. What's the point in having a Lamborghini if you're going to drive like that? I can tell you why he's driving that slow. The price of petrol. He's probably thinking, blooming heck, I mean, how much would it cost to fill that up? He's probably thinking, he's pulling into the inside lane now. He's driving really slow. It's like, oh, the price of fuel. I'm driving slow as well because I've got 12% of range left and I need to get to Porsche South Lakes. Ooh, I can hear it, sounds good. And I've got to get to Porsche South Lakes. He's driving slow because it's the price of petrol, I'm driving slow because I'm trying to conserve kilowatts. Look, we're both on the inside. We've both got fast cars, and we're both on the inside lane, driving slow. Oh, here we go. Let's pull out. We've now got a Tesla stuck in between two lorries. Right, well, I'm going to pull in and I'm going to get some charge in at Porsche just to show you what it is here price-wise. So, and that Lamborghini's driving very slow. Here we go. I am pulling off at Porsche. Easy. It's a family channel. I mean, I like Porsches, but not that much. Let's get in here and charge up. Way! Come on. 11% of battery, 35 miles of range, only 24 miles to my destination. So I don't know what I'm doing this basically just for the video, because otherwise I'd just charge back at my home charger. This is just, it's nuts really, but here we go. Let's pull in and just put a little bit in, and we can see basically how long it takes as well and what price compared to what it is at, we know it's really cheap on my home charger. Here goes. Pull in here, pop it in here. Here we go. It's raising the suspension for me. Okay, right, so it is 10:53, 11% of battery, 35 miles of range. Okay, so let's get out and put it in. Easy, it's a family channel. So, open the port. Look at that. Touch to start. I don't know whether this one does, whether I've got to authenticate this or whether I can just, oops, put the port in there, put that charger in there like that. Okay, and I think I need my charge card. Charge card, authentication, initiating charging, preparing. Here we go. Come on. It's 10:54. 10:54. Preparing charge. Come on, preparing. Some of these chargers now, you don't even have to do that, it's charging. 11%. Okay, it is 10:55. Right, we're at 11% battery. Okay, so let's see how long it takes. Should we, lighting is bad there, should we go in and have a look at, see what Porsches they've got, see if they've got any real ones that cost about £9,000 to fill up. I think I'm exaggerating a bit. Let's go and have a look. Just very quickly, by the way, before we go in, 278 kilowatts. That's what we're getting. That is a fast charge, by the way. Very fast. Wow, look at that, 911. Proper car. Proper Porsche. Well, I've got myself a coffee, but the only problem I've got now is I know that that's going to be charging really quick, and I don't want to put that much charge in it. Whereas before I'd have 40 or 50 minutes to have a coffee. I've literally got hardly any minutes at all. I'm going to drink this, and then we'll get on our way, have a wee and get on our way. I don't want to put that much in. Coffee's lovely, by the way. Right, I got talking. It's 11:13. What are we on? Oh, wrong one. Helps if I go to the right charger. 81% already in 18 minutes. I'm going to stop charging there. 81% in 18 minutes. I went for a wee, had a coffee, and I got chatting. I didn't need to put that much in. Right, here we go. Energy delivered, 75.9 kilowatts, 18 minutes 47, 82%. That is insane. Let's unplug it. Get it unplugged. There we go. Pop that back. That should close itself, but we'll do it. There we go. Let's get back in the car. Okay, so let's get on our way. Now, it hasn't registered how much that's cost me yet on my app, but it will shortly. It'll come through in a few minutes, but I'll put it up on screen for you here so you can have a look how much that's cost me. It's now 11:18. It was incredibly quick at charging. It's rather annoying, actually, because it charges too quick now. It charges too quick. I'm like, I just want to get 10 or 20% in to show you. And I'm now back up to 82% and 273 miles of range. And I didn't really need that much in that short amount of time. So let's just get out of here. That was absolute madness how quick that charged. Right, onwards to my home charger, and then we'll stick that on charge there at, what is it, 3.99 pence per kilowatt. Complete and utter madness. It's way cheaper, whoa, in an electric car at the moment. Right, we're back at the home charger, so I'm now at 75%, 246 miles of range. The range does go up as I drive, dependent upon how I drive with the regen braking, etc. It's now only 3 minutes past 12 in the afternoon, so I'm going to plug it in. It won't charge immediately because I've got it on Eco Plus, so at midnight it'll then start charging, and as I say, it will charge at a lower rate. So I've got here a little screenshot of the charging prices. So it's going to cost me 3.99 pence per kilowatt off peak, 25.77 pence per kilowatt on peak, so 6 till 12 at night. 6 a.m. till 12 midnight cost me 25.77 pence, and then from midnight to 6 a.m. 3.99 pence plus your 60 pence per day standing charge, and then here's the prices of what it'll cost me at Porsche, which is 44 pence there for the AC and then DC, etc. We've also got preferred partners as well, which is 39 pence per kilowatt there as well. So that's the prices on them. It still hasn't come through what it actually cost me for the charge at Porsche South Lake, so I'll overlay it here for you. There you go, because it will come through, and then we're going to stick the charge in now and get it charged up, ready for tomorrow morning, so it'll be fully charged. So cost wise, for a 350 to 400 mile journey in Sarah's car would cost roughly £95 with diesel, and obviously with an electric car, if I'm charging it on a home charger, then it would cost me around about £7. So there's a massive saving there. And also people are saying that electric cars are actually more, but I've actually got here, where are we? I did actually Google this. 1 second. Electric car news, because people are saying, oh, electric cars are actually more. I'm not a robot. What's that doing? New electric cars now cheaper than petrol. So it says. Here we go. Let's read this to you. Here we go. Couldn't find it. Okay, it's in motortrader.com. New electric cars now cheaper than petrol for the first time. Are they? Is it fake news? Who knows? This is a key finding of Auto Trader, which said based on advertised prices on Auto Trader and after discounts, the average price of a new EV has now undercut that of petrol cars across the retail market. This is said it is being driven by government grants and sustained manufacturer discounting that continue to improve affordability for new cars. The impact of this pricing trend has become more pronounced in April so far, with the average new electric car now priced at $42,620 compared to $43,405 for a new petrol model, a £785 difference in favour of electric. It says a lot more on there as well, but it also says the electric car market is becoming increasingly competitive, and despite the challenges created by the ZEV mandate, manufacturers and retailers have worked hard to improve both the supply and affordability of new electric vehicles. But it's also probably helping with the fact that petrol and diesel prices are becoming way unaffordable. It's crazy, the prices of petrol and diesel. Let's get this plugged in. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section, and maybe you think differently. Has it made you think? I'm going to go over to electric. Let me know. Okay, zappy. Now, somebody said I should uncoil all of this wire, otherwise it's a fire hazard apparently. We're going to plug this in, as I say, 1209. Let's pop this in, and there we go. That now will not charge. It says waiting for surplus until midnight tonight. So I'll see you in the morning.
The next morning.
Okay, it's now 5:39 the next day. I've not moved my car, I've been editing. Now, we've got some figures. You're going to have to try and work this out for me because I'm a little confused, which doesn't take much these days. If I open up my app, which is my Zappy app over there, it says that I've actually added 30.29 kilowatts charge added so far. I'm not sure how this app works. I haven't added that much because it's all conflicting, because my smart meter said this morning I'd added something like £1.29 since midnight. Okay, this app, the Zappy app, says EV is full of charge added so far 30.29 kilowatts. But then at the bottom there as well of the Zappy app that you can see there, it says 8 kilowatt because it stopped charging by about 3-4 o'clock time. But then if I go over to my Eon app, which is my electric app, it says today, when I'm filming this, 21st of April, from midnight to this morning, it says I've used 0.5, it's basically 0.5, so it's cost me 51 pence to charge the car. I'm going to go with the Eon app rather than the Zappy app, because Eon is what I get charged. They're my energy supplier. So, and that says 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. 11.88 kilowatts, okay, which is 51 pence. So I'm going to go with 51 pence that it's cost me to charge my car, which is from where it was yesterday, which is very cheap. So if you look at it compared to a diesel car at the moment, then it is going to cost me roughly about, God blimey, I mean, we're at 100% now. Let's see what we're actually at. The mileage at the moment, let's take a look. Here we go. I have got, it's showing as red because it's not charging now. 1 second. It's actually showing as red. Don't worry about that. That's because the Zappy is not charging because it's programmed not to charge in prime time. When it cost me 340 miles, it will go up when I start driving. You'll probably get around about 390 at the moment, with it being a bit cold today. So there we go. Don't worry, it says error. Don't worry about that. So do the maths, work it out. What's it costing me to go around about, let's say 350 to 360 miles compared to a diesel. Sarah's is about, as I say, about 90 odd quid to go 400 miles. So it's way cheaper in an EV. Now I know you're going to say this car's cost me a lot of money, but there are cheaper EV alternatives as well. So the tariff, I actually think this is wrong. The tariff has gone down on mine from 7.9 pence to 3.99 because of the government. Government are subsidising it, or they've capped it. They're not doing that with petrol and diesel prices, so they've made it even cheaper for EV drivers to drive around and charge up, but they haven't helped out petrol and diesel. It's wrong, isn't it? I'm saying it's wrong. My girlfriend Sarah says it's wrong. She says it's ridiculous. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Should the government have done this for EV owners? Should they help out petrol and diesel car owners by slashing tax on that? Let me know in the comments section, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. I know it's a heck of a lot cheaper.